welcome to MCFC Net 320 podcast. Good evening, young Patrick. How are you?
Good evening, Andrew. I'm extremely tired, but I'm all right.
I know it's been a long graph here. Good evening to everybody who's in the chat. Hope everyone is well. Good evening, FIFA. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, and do you know something, mate? I'm going to put your comment up here because I agree with you, mate. I think it's in our hands.
Absolutely.
This time last week, it wasn't in our hands.
If we won every game, we won the league.
That's it. We're not going to win every game. However, neither are Arsenal. So
yeah,
there's still going to be points to be dropped. And historically, it's normally points against the lesser teams, the unexpected one. Listen, I'd turn the Arsenal match off, mate. We'll briefly talk about them before. I want to talk about a very, very good performance against Newcastle, mate, where I thought we was absolutely top quality, especially a lot of the individual performances as well. But yeah, I'd say Spurs just being Spursy again. I wasn't. If anybody was holding much hope up for Spurs to do us a favour today, they never do us a favour. So I wasn't really expected on that one. Was you, mate?
No, I didn't even watch it, to be honest with you. There's only one team Spurs went up for, and that's us. Like I seen a comment online earlier today, and I thought, yeah, that's about right. If Spurs played in blue, or if Arsenal played in blue, Spurs would turn up. But otherwise, we're going to get happy.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I noticed. I had a quick flick on X, and I seen and again, people in the chat, maybe you can tell me. Was a Spurs goal ruled off because Gabriel just went for a little bit of a dive? But listen, by the by, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's like we said, it's in our hands. All we've got to do is better Arsenal's results between now and the end of the season, and happy days. There's still a lot of football to be played, isn't there?
We don't even have to better them. All we have to do is one. That's it.
Yeah, but what? 5 points. Got a game in hand.
It's true. Like I know you'd rather. I'll turn this off. I know you'd rather have points in the bag, especially next week. It's Leeds, isn't it, away? And they were very. I did watch the Leeds and Villa match before our match yesterday, and they were very, very unlucky not to beat Aston Villa at Villa. Very unlucky.
Well, if you think about it, when we played Leeds at our place, we got a last gasp winner, and it literally was a last. We was 2-0 up in that game as well, weren't we? They got back to 2-2. There's still a lot of football to be played yet, mate. So as long as it's in our hands, if we don't win the league, then we've only got ourselves to blame, really, haven't we?
Yeah. Look, when you're down the last 5 or 6 matches, and you're within knocking out range where you can deliver a knockout blow, then that's the time to start doing your calculations or stuff like that. We're still about 13 games left, is it?
No, I think it's 11 now, is it?
11. Well, I don't know.
You chat away, and I'll get the fixtures up, and I'll read the fixtures for you, mate.
But I think Pep says there was 5 home games left.
Yep.
I know that. I know. Well, I've tickets for 2 of them. The next 2 is Crystal Palace and Forest. But I think I was talking to a guy yesterday and was saying that depending where we go in Europe and where Crystal Palace go in Europe, that game could be played the last game of the week of the season.
So here we go, mate. These are the remaining fixtures. We've got Leeds United away. That's next Saturday, at 5:30 kickoff. So another late kickoff. Then we've got Forest on the 4th of March at home, 7:30. Then we've got the FA Cup 5th round against Newcastle away. Then we've got West Ham away on the 14th of March.
That's
a 12:30 kickoff, by the way. And historically we don't normally do well on an early kickoff. Then we've got we should be playing Palace then, but that's to be confirmed. And then that takes us to the
Arsenal,
the Carabao Cup final. Then we've got Chelsea away, which is going to be a tough match, mate, regardless of their woes at the minute. Then we've got Arsenal. That's actually bit confirmed. Originally, that was on the 18th of April at 3 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday. That'll end up at 4:30 on a Sunday. It's bound to. Then that takes us to Burnley. Burnley away, Everton away, Brentford at home, Bournemouth away, and that takes us to the last game of the season, which is Aston Villa. So what we've got left, mate, is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we've got five home games. Now,
let's get a grip here, and let's get a bit of reality in that perspective. There's not one of them games easy. Leeds will definitely not be easy. No. West Ham are playing for points. Forest are playing for points.
Yep. No, totally agree, and that's why I say there's still a lot of football. If anybody in the chat who wants to join us as well tonight, who to come on have a chat, whether it's for the rest of the show, whether it's just 5-minute cameo, if you click the link, it'll take you straight to our little green room or blue room, and we can get you on the show. Let's. You don't have to put your camera on or anything like that. If you want to just come on and chew the fat, by all means, you are more than welcome to come and join us. And that's what I'm saying, Paddy. There's still a lot of football to be played, some difficult games to be played. However, it's in our hands, mate.
Yeah. Last night, Jesus, that was
right. And we've not spoke about it because you had a journey home, because you it was an 8 o'clock kickoff and you was there, and then you had to get back to Ireland today, mate. What was your whole assessment from minute 1 to minute 90 odd?
I thought in the first half, even though they scored a kind of dodgy goal, I think it was 2 deflections. I haven't seen it back yet. But it looked like it hit, I think it was Diaz or Rodri or something. I think it looked like.
Doesn't matter, mate. The goal, it was a goal. It doesn't matter. No,
But then they had a very good spell, Andy, in the second half for about 20-25 minutes, and you could actually feed it in the ground. Their goal was coming, the equaliser was coming. Like, you could actually feed it, and we were doing silly stuff, and we were playing ourselves into trouble. And even when Sharky came on, he did a couple of stupid flicks at inappropriate times and give the ball away. I was thinking, like, Jesus, can we not just keep it simple?
Now, I've said this, mate, and I think Cherky's going to be one hell of a player. He's still one hell of a player now, but it's no coincidence. I think we spoke about it. Did we speak about it on the show last week? There's no coincidence that Pep isn't starting him, because his passing is not great. But I'm not criticising him, but it's understandable why Pep's not starting. Now, Nico O'Reilly's going to get the plaudits, and rightly so. But I thought Bernardo again. Bernardo, he's the glue what's holding us together at the minute. I know he asked for your assessment. I'll give you an armchair's assessment, eh? How times have changed, mate.
Roles reversed.
Yeah. Right. So I'll run through the team, and let us know in the chat if you think the same. There's no doubting Donna Summer's ability. I want to see him command that box a little bit more, because
absolutely.
I think
you just took the words out of my mouth.
Who are you, Meatloaf?
He's a flopper. He used to be, like, the first couple of games he was brilliant. Now, Jesus Christ, you don't know what he's going to do.
He's got, and again, he's bedding in from slower leagues and stuff like that. La di da di da. but he's got to be more dominant. For the size of him, he's got to be more dominant, whether it's catching the ball or punching the ball. You know, he flapped again last night. His kicking's not brilliant. However, he's our number one, and I wouldn't have any other keeper than him in our team. So, and again, it's only a critique, not a slaughter of a player. And I'll say my man Nunes again. My man Nunes again, mate. A brilliant performance. You know, I thought he was excellent again.
Only one thing I would say about Nunes, and he could have helped Diaz out a little bit more with Gordon. Diaz was exposed with Gordon.
Yeah, and no. And I'll give Pep credit as well. Pep actually recognised it. Although I tweeted before the match, I thought Cushy was a little bit unlucky not to start last night. And fair play to Pep. Half time he changed it, and that was it was clearly tactical. He changed it because he knew Anthony Gordon was running Diaz ragged. And Cushy again, mate. He wasn't just looking after Gordon. Gordon was non-existent in the second half, but he also nullified everything across defensively. He absolutely nullified everything.
Did you see that tackle he did when about 5 or 6 minutes after coming on? Yeah. Well, where I was sat in our stand, I thought it was a red card. I thought he was gone. But
when you look it back on TV, it was an absolutely fantastic challenge. Gay again, faultless, absolutely faultless. Ain't no brilliant. However, he needs to learn to pass that frigging ball, because into the later stages, he bombed forward. Instead of passing it to unmarked Haaland, he just went to pieces. That's 2 games on the trot he's done that. However, his all-round game was very, very good last night again. Nico O'Reilly, first half, unplayable.
Should have had a hat-trick.
No, he shouldn't, because it was offside, mate. It was offside. That third one where he slid was offside. So if it had gone in, it was offside. The actual linesman put his flag up. Even before he went to put the ball in the line. You should have known you was at the match. I was watching on telly.
I fucking buried my head because he missed it. I didn't see no red flagging up. Yeah,
it was offside, mate. Bernardo again. People, all the goons are going, oh yeah, but he should have seen red. You know, he was stupid to do it. However, that's Bernardo. That's Bernardo. I thought after that, he settled down and he absolutely. And there was one late on in the second half where you had the big German Baltimore or whatever he's called, plus another, and Bernardo jumped in between them and headed the ball. Haaland, what do I keep saying about Haaland?
I tell you, I never seen him so angry as I seen him yesterday in that second half.
But the thing is, people have been getting on his back, expecting him to be his all-round contribution, even defensively last night, was incredible. And let's not forget, people and what's this? What gets thrown at him? Oh yeah, if he's not scoring goals, he don't contribute. It's the second highest assist in the Premier League. No, I'm just going off what certain people say, and Andy, you shouldn't listen to him. But it's out there in the public domain, mate. And that's from some City fans as well. If he doesn't score, he does nothing. He's got 7 assists in the Premier League this season alone.
He was in beast mode last night.
He was, and I tell you what I liked right at the end. I don't know if you clocked it. Dan Burn and Haaland went up and give each other a hug because they knew they was in a good old-fashioned battle. No complaining from each other. They just got on with it.
You know what I said to the fella beside me last night when the game ended? I didn't see them hugging, but I says to your man beside me, I says, them two will sleep well tonight. I says, because they went pound for pound.
Yeah. And there was no moaning from each other. Who else have we missed there? I thought Semenyo.
You're actually missing one of the main characters last night.
No, I've not got to Rodri yet.
Yeah.
I've not got to Rodri yet, mate. I've not got to Rodri. Semenyo was very, very good. I thought defensively as well. He was dropping back. Again, his decision making, a bit like Ain't Nuri. And again, it'll come with training and bedding into. And again, it's not criticising; it's just an observation. He will be.
The only thing he did last night was he forgot his shooting boots, because there was a few times, like even for us, like the positions he found himself in, that ball was into the back of the net. Like we actually should have been out of sight. We should have beat them 6 or 7-1.
Yeah, I totally agree. And although, and I'll get to Rodri. Let's do Rodri now. Rodri, as far as I can remember, didn't really get a mention in the commentary on TV, and that's credit to Rodri. Rodri's starting to look like a player called Rodri before his injury.
Is he what? Is he what?
The thing is with Rodri, Paddy, Rodri don't go, and I've said this many times, Rodri don't run about looking for the ball. The ball finds Rodri because his positional sense is second to none. Now, Pep's already said he may be abroad. And by the way, we've got our home back, haven't we, sort of? Yeah. On our thing, no temporary hostel like last week.
Oh no, that's why Omar's coming back tonight.
I've not got to Omar yet. I've not got to. No, it's not actually. It's not actually on there, mate. It's because I've had to do something different. Right, Rodri. Again, it's credit to him because the ball finds him, and that's no coincidence. That's just great.
This is a good player.
Marmouche.
What's the story with Rodri's contract?
I don't listen. I've got a feeling Rodri. I've got a feeling Rodri will want to go.
Why?
But that's just, I don't know. It's just a hunch, mate.
So where?
Marmouche, I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's just a hunch. I've not heard anything. And even if I did hear anything, I won't say it anyway because that's just gossip mongering. Marmouche last night, he tried. What I do like about him, he likes to shoot.
Mm.
You know, he likes to take a shot. So overall, I thought it was very, very good last night because, Newcastle had possession and we more or less went like last. There's a difference between our second half syndrome, if you like, and what we've been going through. And last night, I thought last night we managed the game very, very well in the second half. It was like, listen, you're not really concerning us now because we know we've got a beast at the back in Cushy. We've got somebody who's a bit of a Rolls Royce in Gay. Give you the ball. Come at us. We're confident because if you shoot at long range, there's a chance that the big man in goal's going to get it anyway. I thought we managed the game very, very well last night.
I don't know about that.
But you was in the heat of the moment with it, weren't you? Sort of like there. And again, it is different actually being there and breathing.
I know a good few times my backside went.
I could actually smell that a few miles away, yeah.
Fuck, honestly, Andy was a fucking nervous wreck at the end of it. Especially when they got a corner at the end.
But again, beast mode, Haaland. He was not coming off losing last night, no doubt. And it was who was it who, at the end? Somebody interviewed. They interviewed somebody on TNT, and they mentioned Haaland. Oh, it was Gay actually. They interviewed Gay on TNT afterwards, and they mentioned to Gay, what about Erling Haaland tonight? And he said Pep singled him out in the dressing room afterwards to say, unbelievable. He's defending, he's attacking, his hold up play. There was one in the second half where the ball come over, chested it down, little back heel to get, and he just.
So who set up Nico's goal?
With his second one, Haaland.
Yeah, Haaland. It was Haaland to the Nico.
Yeah, but it was also Haaland headed the ball down for who was it who crossed it to Nico for his first one.
That's what I'm on about. I'm not about the direct assist. I'm on about Haaland, the Mamouche, the Nico, and Nico back in the net.
Yeah. It was Mamouche, wasn't it? Yeah, but again,
and I'll tell you another thing. Sorry for interrupting, Andy. I don't know if you noticed it or not on the TV, but did you notice the run that Holland made? The two of them were coming down side by side. The first goal that Nico scored.
Yeah.
And the keeper was expecting that ball to go to Holland and was setting himself up to save from Holland, and Nico buried it. But he wasn't expecting Nico to shoot.
And as FIFA says here, it's fact we're in 4 cup competitions. Not saying we're going to win 4. Not going to say we're going to win 1, but you've got to be in it to win it. No, see, you've just let yourself down there, FIFA. Listen, and by the way, I'm not happy with the comments what's come out with Trafford, but I'm not going to really elaborate on that because I think he should just keep his counsel and do his talking in the other way. Anyway, I've lost me track now.
Well, that's a conversation they have in the manager's office, not outside of it. Like, there's very few players come out, Man City players. I actually couldn't think of the last one that comes out, and I would call it speaking out of turn.
See, Andrew agrees with you there, Paddy. Our ball retention, especially in the second halves of games, is not great. And again, I'll say it again, I thought there was a difference between the ball retention last night, where we more said to Newcastle, you have the ball. And I think Eddie Howe alluded to it a little bit post-match when he said something on the line. Yeah, we had a lot of the ball. City give us the ball, but they basically knew what they was doing by giving us the ball.
Yeah.
Because if you think second half last night, we seemed to play on the counter on purpose.
Yeah, and we should have scored. I think we should have scored a good few on the counter last night.
Yeah, so I'm really, really happy with last night's performance, and non-City fans or even some City fans were looking. Oh, we was probably lucky to get away with 2-1 there. We wasn't. We deserved it last night. Even the first half alone, we could have had a few. I know coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't, and all that. But we're creating the chances. So if you're creating the chances, even in the second half, late on, Foden could have had one.
Oh,
as
definitely,
well.
100%.
Semenyo could have had one. So the way we're playing, yeah, and we've got strength in depth on the bench now as well. We have got Stones there. Look at our bench last night. We had basically Trafford, Cherky, Foden, Stones. Who else did we have on? Reinders, Savio. So the bench is getting stronger as well.
And Doku will be back next week, I think.
Yeah. So all of a sudden we've got these players coming back match fit. So again, that will give us different options. So if we're fortunate enough to be in a winning position in some of these games, that's where the finishers can come on.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. Like, my overall assessment, yeah, Newcastle come on strong in the second half, but we still had chances they buried the game. So, yeah, you could turn around and say we were lucky to come away with 2-1, but we were also unlucky not to come away with 5 or 6-1. But the only thing I'll say about that, the overall performance of that team, and last night supplemented what they did against Liverpool, there's a steeliness in that team now. There's a steel. Yeah. They're starting to get a bit of back teeth.
And I'll tell you what will see us in a good stead as well, mate. Let me get it. So we played last night, which is Saturday, yeah?
Yeah.
We don't play now until next Saturday. So we've had so that is been quite rare for us because it's not enabled us to have training. So all of a sudden, I think Pep says he's giving the players a couple of days off.
3 days off.
Yeah, so they'll recharge the batteries, they'll come back, and they'll be doing something we've not been able to do we've been playing twice, 3 times a week because we're successful. It's I'm not complaining about that, but having a week off now, that's going to give the guys coming back, they'll have some time with the family to chill out, come back, and then they'll be able to do some training, which up until recently, it's been like match, no training. It's been match, recover, match, recover, match, recover. So all of a sudden, we've got that respite now where some of the players will get some much deserve some TLC and stuff like that.
Mm.
And that's what we've been shown. So I'm very, very confident we are going to win the league. And don't forget, it might not be 10 points, but I did predict it. You didn't predict it at the start of the season.
I didn't say it won't be 10 points.
No, you didn't predict. You didn't think you was going to. You tip Liverpool, and I can get the shows back at the start of the season. Bringing us on to predictions. Can you remember what you had for the Newcastle match?
3-1, I think.
No, you didn't. That was me.
What?
I had 3-1. You had 3-0. I was a little bit closer than you on that one as well.
No, we were both a goal out, you idiot.
Doesn't matter. I knew they'd score.
Yeah, you had set little voice in your head. You keep talking this.
But there you go. So yeah, overall last night, I've got no qualms whatsoever. And again, I do want to praise Pep as well, because he does get his criticism as well, doesn't he? For the way he sets up, the way he overthinks sometimes. But for him to take Diaz off, and that would have hurt Diaz, being taken off at half time because there was no injury, and to put Cushy on, and for Cushy just to come on and just absolutely own. Yeah, that lad is going to he's got the tools to do anything he wants.
You something, Mr. Savage, and the rest of the guys in the chat. You better prepare yourself for a shock, because see if Kushner keeps doing what he's doing, Diaz will spend a lot of that time on the bench. And
I agree.
That's the way it has to be. That's called competition. Like if you're talking out of that back four, the back four kind of almost picks itself now at this rate. But if you want someone to deal with a speed merchant, like a Jamie Vardy or a Gordon or a Mo Salah, you want Kusanov, because there's nobody in that back four who is a speed merchant like him. Nobody. And he can play.
I totally agree. I think Diaz could be in trouble, mate. Diaz could be in trouble because we're blessed with left-sided centre-backs at the minute. We've got Gay there. We've got Gvardiol who can play there, quite naturally. Cushy can play anywhere over there.
And I'll tell you something about him. He brings that ball out from the back very, very comfortably.
He does. What I will say about Diaz, though, Diaz by trade is a left-sided centre-back. And people might think there's no difference between a left-sided centre-back and a right-sided centre-back. There is. And the most successful defensive centre-back partnership we've had under Pep was Diaz on the left side and Stones on the right. So we can't be too critical on Diaz, because again he's stepping into a position. Yeah, he's experienced enough, but you can always see with Diaz when he always seems to be when somebody's coming at him, he more or less dodges his way to there, because he's not got the weight. Whereas it's hard to explain. A left side centre back, your positioning is different than it is, but we're blessed on the left side. So I'm sure in the summer, depending on how the rest of the season goes, there might be a conversation there where, could we afford to let him go? I'd like to think not, because I think no, I agree, because all it takes is a spectacular injury, God forbid, by a Gvardiol, by a Gay, or even a Cushy, and we could.
Do you know what? And we've said this before on here. It's very easy to get carried away when you do the new toys and the new shiny things and the new gadgets and the new this and the new that. Diaz has been there done it for years and years. Silva, been there, done it. Rodri, been there, done it. And I know Pep has made a comment about a lot of them players have never done it. Foden has done it. Nico Reddy's been around that team who have done it. So you got to be very careful about. We used to laugh about your man when you call him the goalkeeper in the background. The third choice after Ortega. What do you call him again? Jesus Christ, you called him Tim Flowers. What did you call him?
Who? Ortega?
No, the third choice keeper.
Carson?
Yeah, him.
Mm-hmm.
Like what he offered in the background, like the experience that even though Johnny Stones is not playing, he's in that dressing room and he's imparting knowledge. Like you got to be very, very careful of the experience that you get rid of until the new shiny toys are ready to step into the breach and fill that position. Because next season, think about it, you're going to get Guardiola, Gay, Diaz, and Husanoff, John Stones, Aidan Norrie, Nunes, if they don't buy a right back. You have Nico Reddy can play in left back or midfield.
Do we need a right back?
Probably not, to be honest with you.
And again, and I think we said it on the show last week, mate. I don't think we need to tinker a lot with that squad.
Straight off the bat for me, Andy, right? There's two people plays right back is Kusanov and Nunes. There's two people play left back, Nico Reddy and the Aidan Norrie. Yeah. Then you have Guardiola, Diaz, and the John Stones if he stays. Hayes if he comes back off Girona, and I'm telling you, he is a machine. He is an absolute machine. I can't see him not coming back.
Yeah. FIFA, I appreciate the super chat, mate, but honestly, we don't do stuff for super chats and stuff like that, mate. Your comments, will always be put up on the screen. Appreciate it, though, mate. I honestly, we reckon we will win. See, that's why money comes and I go to pieces. I honestly reckon we will win all of our games this season. Come on, see, we will win this league, no doubt. Keep up the great podcast. Cheers, mate.
Do you know why we won the league? And it kind of cements the point I'm trying to make, because Bernardo Silva is going to drag us over that line to get that league. When Bernardo Silva gets his golden handshake at the end of the season, because I think his mind's made up that he's going to go, I tell you, as the old saying goes, you don't know what you miss until you don't have it anymore.
It's true, mate. And listen, I put Bernardo in Pep's situation. They've earned enough like credibility, or they've got enough in the bank when they will leave on their own terms whenever they want to go because of what they've contributed to our club. I was captain. Our squad in the summer could be very young. Oldest could be Diaz at 28. We could be set for a decade without major rebuild. Oh, sorry. In my head then, I thought he was going to say without major trophies. They had trophies instead of rebuild. No, totally. And that pretty much brings us to what we just said, mate, innit? I don't think we'll need to tinker a lot because, and not only that, we've got the lad V's at Jonah. He's still there or thereabouts. We've got some kids out on loan. Whether they're going to be good enough, we don't know. But most certainly they could. It's how they perform when they're out on loan, and more importantly, when they come back. We've got Max at Elaine.
Jesus, I forgot about that. He's brilliant, but very young. But yeah, absolutely self-assured. The next Nico O'Reilly, actually.
Mm-hmm. And it's made me laugh with Nico O'Reilly because there's the media, the experts, and even some City fans going, "Oh, I can't believe he's been playing left back and now Pep's put him in midfield." That's his position. That's his position. It winds me up.
Same as Lewis. Oh, Lewis is not a right back. You're right, yeah. Lewis is not a right back. He's a fucking midfield. If you hadn't been following him, the EDS, you'd have knew he was a midfielder, not a right back. He was right back because we had nobody to put it right back, apart from the D-Lady.
But even with what I was captain saying there, mate, and if we don't win, listen, I'm not asked if we win a trophy or not. I didn't sign up to be a City fan to win a trophy. If we win one, whether it's this season, next season, whatever, it's always a bonus to me.
But we didn't win one last season, did we?
No, but that's what I'm saying. But there was a meltdown.
If we don't win anything this season, that'll be 2 seasons in a row. So I'm off back to Chelsea. That's not good enough.
And yeah, well, like it was before 2008, mate.
2009 actually.
Was it? But it's right. We didn't sign up to support City just for trophies and stuff like that. But what I will say is, Pep's never. I know this is the first time for everything. Pep's never gone 2 seasons without winning anything. Now, if we win a trophy, I'm not bothered whether it's the Premier League, Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. No, it's a bonus for me. What I was captain saying there, our future's very, very bright there. Because
we have
all them players are young.
The Premiership.
But we've young, but still very experienced.
And I think we will absolutely smash that league next season.
Mm-hmm.
Once they get this season under their belts, whatever they're going to finish. But next season, they are going to be battle hardened, and they're going to have to learn to cope without Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, listen. Again, Bernardo's got the cred to do whatever he wants to do, mate. But I'd say that's the position we will need to fill if Bernardo goes. I've got a funny feeling he's going to sign a year's extension, which will bring it into line with. It depends what Pep wants to do. But I think you said it on the show last week where if we win the league this season or even the Champions League, I think Pep will go.
Yeah.
I don't think Pep will leave us if we are trophyless, if you like. And again, I'm not asked if we're trophyless, but to people like Pep, he will consider that a failure.
We have a ready-made replacement out on loan for Bernardo Silva. I know himself and Pep had a bit of a falling out because he went to Germany and Pep wants him to go to Girona, and he didn't go. And he went to Germany, he didn't get game time, and now he is at Girona. Remember that little fella we were all mad about there, Echeverri?
But and believe it, and that's weird. What I've just left on the screen there. Me and Martin in the early hours this morning, about 2 or 3 o'clock this morning. We're having a chat on the phone, and we was talking about Foden and Echeverri and the like. Echeverri, he had one good sort of like tournament for his country. Yeah, was it the under-21s?
Yeah.
People are raving on about Echeverri. What I will say is, I will let Pep be the judge of who is good enough to either step up into the first team or to send out on loan. I'll take Pep's experience over any football fans. Now, if Pep doesn't think Echeverri is quite good enough yet and he wants to send him out on loan, then I'm cool with that. And we're talking about Foden as well. And you can. I'll say what I've said. I'll say about Foden, and then I want to get your thoughts on it, mate. Foden's not coming on as an out-and-out number 10 anymore. He's when he comes on now or when he plays, he's playing in front of Rodri. He's playing in a different position. So we're still judging Foden on being an out-and-out number 10. His game's developing a little bit.
Do you know that a lot of people don't understand, and I include myself in this, and it's very easy to get frustrated and throw the toys out of the pram. Them players, right, are being put onto the pitch, and they're assigned tasks. What Pep wants them to do. Do you know who doesn't know what the task is? Me and you, and the rest of the fans. Because actually, if you listen, because I seen it on the Man City website today, that the Gay gave an interview after the game. I think you said it actually. I was just
going to say it, mate.
The amount of information, like you're talking about a proven England international who was captain of a Premiership team, who turns around and says he's struggling psychologically They take on the information that Pep wants them to take on. It's not the physicality and playing the game. It's what the style, when they make the pass, when they come out, when they make a challenge, when they do this, when they do that. So he's actually getting his brain reprogrammed. So Pep, if you listen to the stories about Pep, well, they're not stories, they're actual.
And Gay is actually, in his words, is learning on the job. He says his game has changed completely. He says it's not all about tackling and stuff like that. It's thinking when to pass, where to pass, having control. Whereas, to be honest, I've not noticed Gay's game change from at Palace. But when the player himself comes out and says that, it's like, And he said his game's totally changed, and it's more thought process now than physical process.
But you make that statement, right? My game has totally changed. You're still on a football pitch kicking a ball. But he's not.
Say that again, mate. I want this.
Now he's kicking a ball now with a different mindset and a different plan. So when Foden is set out onto that park and he's fulfilling a role, just because Paddy doesn't understand that sitting at home or sitting in the stands doesn't mean he's not doing what Pep wants him to do. It's as simple as that.
It's good to respectfully disagree, mate. But we did go on to say that we don't want him to, because he's a leader. Because you go through. It's no doubt Diaz is a leader, not just a captain. Is a leader. So apart from say Bernardo,
we didn't say he was in trouble.
No, I did. I said Diaz could be in trouble. I did. I said it earlier.
Well, like at the end of the day, look, and we're all entitled to their own opinion. For me, if Diaz is struggling for pace, like you have to play a team.
He's not going to
combat a different team.
The older he gets, he's not going to get more pace.
Well, he was never the fastest, but we used to have better control of the game. Like, he never had the. We were always susceptible to. Go back to Jimmy Vardy and stuff. We were always over the ball, counter attacks. We were always susceptible to that. So this is nothing new. But like, this is not just about Diaz. Actually, I'm not actually going to funnel it down to Diaz. I'm going to keep it wide.
Are you having an argument with yourself there?
I actually am. This is me. This is what you get for living.
Are you on the stream here, or just having an argument with yourself in your head?
But you see, whoever who's in that team, and they're not playing well, and there's somebody on the sidelines waiting to come on, and who does play, even young Max Allay or Mikhedu or whatever who comes on, and they're playing well. Kushmov is a prime example. That's called competition. Doesn't mean you just like the other player. Look, if you want to sit down, Andy, and be really, really honest with yourself, football fans are very selfish, and we're as fickle as be damned. We want 11 players on that
every
pitch.
Every football fan is fickle, especially you.
Oh, absolutely. Like, if you says to me, do you want 11 players on that pitch who you like, who are 11 players who are actually going to rip it up and win the game? Do you know what my answer is going to be? I don't care what ego you upset. If they're good, if the 11 players on that pitch chosen by Pep are going to rip it up, well, whoever who's not on the pitch, tough.
And it's down to the individual player then. If a player's dropped, rested, however you want to dress it up, it then becomes the attitude of the player. And I'll always say it. You know, Laporte was a wonderful, wonderful player for us. He contributed massively. Nathan Aki was in the background, waiting for his chance. Aki took his chance, and at that time, Aki was undroppable. Laporte didn't have the balls to fight for his place back. He just went going to Saudi. I love Laporte, but that always leaves a nasty taste in my mouth that he didn't have that fight.
And there's another guy at it now.
Who?
Akanji.
Yeah, Akanji's bad mouthing us a little bit now, but you know something? Akanji needs to look at himself. Akanji was a wonderful player for us. You know, he was. I had a lot of time for Akanji. Why is he coming out with that now? Because let's face it,
because he knows he's not coming back.
Yeah, he knows he's not coming back. But last season, he was quite shocking. Last seasons before that, he was very, very good for us. But last season, he was shocking. He needs to look at himself a little bit over that, rather than have a bit of a gripe.
Well, exactly. But you see, that's called being accountable for yourself. Like, don't be blaming me. Blame the club. They got rid of me. Well, there's a reason why you were put out on loan, buddy.
Yeah, and absolutely. Not only that, he went out on loan even when defensively we wasn't the strongest. So that tells me. We've got to acknowledge James Milner being the all-time Premier League minutes, haven't we? Congratulations, James.
Oh, okay.
No, that's all I want to say about him. Fucking tosser.
Look,
anyway,
I know where he went, and he turned out to be a tosser. But at one stage in his career, he was our tosser, and he did very well for us. And we liked that nastiness in him. You know.
Don't want to talk about him.
But I don't know where. No, I want to make this point because it's very important. Because it's a demonstration. It's a demonstration of how you can make stats tell lies. James Milner has overtaken Gaz Baz in games, but Gaz Baz has 55,000 Premiership hours played. James Milner has only 40,000 hours played. But on paper, James Milner has played more games.
I'm not even listening to you now. I hate Milner. The way he turned out.
I'm telling you, Gaz Baz has played more Premiership than James Milner.
Just let us know when you're finished.
I'm finished.
Right.
You get that point about Gaz Baz played more Premiership games than Milner. You did.
I've stopped listening to you. I stopped listening to you about 20 seconds into the show.
Usual. It's normally 15.
Steel Auto Door. Do you remember Pep at Barca? And he made guys like Bjorn and I can't pronounce them, but I know exactly what you mean. And that's what Pep does. And again, it was something what Mark Gay said last night in his post-match, Paddy. He basically said, whoever asked him the question, I can't remember who it was now, said to him, are you surprised, how Pep is, and Gay basically said, before he joined City, his perception of Pep and what it is now has not changed. He says because he's passionate, he's a winner, he never switches off. It's always football. And his intensity is there, and it's infectious. And you look back and that's what's made us successful over the years by that intensity. And I found it absolutely staggering when he said, though, I know he said it earlier about that he's had to change his game completely.
Different, as they say, a carpenter will use the tools differently, different carpenter. Same tools, but a better product.
Speaking of tools, did you enjoy the game last night, mate?
I didn't enjoy that second half.
Our captain, in his honest opinion, we may need four players. It depends who goes. Yeah, I get that bit. Maybe 2 midfielders, a young right back, and a second choice goalkeeper. Nothing major. Oh, let's go.
Goalkeeper.
I tell you what, let's pick our bones out of that one, Paddy. I get the mid. I think the midfield situation. I think we're blessed in midfield. I think the conundrum is which combination do we play? Because if Bernardo goes, does that mean Cherky's going to go in there and play as that creative midfielder? Does it mean Foden's going to drop in there? I think Reinders is expecting to play more minutes than he actually is. I think that could be.
Captain, is it?
I think Reinders could be asking a question of Pep.
Okay, like on paper, right? We'll go back to what we said earlier on. For right back, you have Husanoff and Nunes. Left back is Antononi and Nico Rennie. And then you have Max Allais, the Diaz, Stones, Guy, Guardiola, all in the back. And then the midfield, as you say, there's an abundance of riches in the midfield. And then up front, then you have Omar and Big Erling, right?
I've not got the moose on, mate. It's a new panel.
But do you know what I'm going to say, Andy? Is we made a fatal mistake, and this is to go back to Hodge captain's comment.
Mm-hmm.
It would be very easy to go into the next season with all them players and say, yeah, we're sorted. But for some reason, now you could say, sort of like Semenyo and Gay's only in the door, and the other lads are only come in last January. They're only 12 months in last month. But there's a danger that we don't refresh the team or we don't add additions to the team, that we become stale. Mind what we did after 4 in a row, we didn't really add anyone because nobody's seen that collapse stopping the year coming.
I think in all Pep's time with us, and I'll bring a guest on in a minute who's clicked our link. What Pep's only done once in 10 years with us is he's not refreshed at a time when he felt he should have done. And I think that's when, was that about COVID time when we didn't win the league?
Yeah.
And I think he's learned his lesson for that. But what Pep is very, very good at is keeping players happy. The ones who are not happy, who we've seen, he lets go straight away. But I think in the main, considering we've not got huge superstars, what we have got is, I'll say, how many superstars have we ever bought?
Yeah, totally.
No, you want a superstar at Barca, mate? David Silva wasn't a superstar.
Oh, David Silva wasn't.
Aguero was a superstar. I'd say there's an argument for Donna Summer. I'd say there's an argument for Donna Summer. Was Haaland a superstar when we bought him?
Not world class,
no. Right, come on. We'll bring him in. He's clicked the link. I'll let you have a guess who it's going to be, Paddy.
Oh, God only knows who you.
God.
Jesus
So
Christ. Are you ever off the fucking computer?
No, it's my job now, Paddy. It's my job. Got 2 jobs.
Right, Martin. I know you've been watching.
What were you fighting for last night in the North Stand?
Oh, what?
Why were you fighting last night in the North Stand?
I wasn't. I had to move my son. I moved my son and moved my family out of that last night. That was a bit too close for comfort, that.
What happened?
It's just, I'm not, well, we don't fully know. Someone thought it was a medical issue. Then they said it was Newcastle fans. There was loads of police in the concourse. It just went like idiotic. And the stewards were the normal cowardly self causing the trouble, some of them. It was a mess. The whole situation in that ground is a mess right now.
Right. Forget that, because you know something, I'm not even going to be talking about, even on social media. I've done with talking about the club. I'm wasting the energy.
Is that because you don't?
I think you mentioned that at 3 a.m. this morning.
Yeah. So I'm not.
We haven't won for a while, and you pulled the plug. You don't go anymore, Glory Hunter.
Is Steel Auto doors? And I think this is a great question. To be fair, is it Bernardo's best season at the club?
Oh God, no.
Why?
Well, because he's not in his prime. That's why.
But
Bernardo Silva in his prime was untouchable.
Look deeper into it before Martin. I'll give you my case where I think there's mileage in this. It's not because he's in his prime, and I hope this is what Steel Auto Door is saying. Although he's not in his prime, his contribution, even last season, by the way, but in particular this season, is massive with the work, what he's doing filling in for gaps, 8 player than an individual offensive player.
Yeah, but like if you think back to the teams that were doing quads and 100 points and stuff like that, Sylvain's prime in them teams was unplayable. He's doing a lot more. He's doing a lot more of the donkey work now in the ball carrying, and he's coming back, getting the ball off the fence, bringing it forward, and.
But isn't he still sort of unplayable now with the work what he's doing?
He's lost a little bit, not much, but he like Father Time has caught up with him. It's not the man's fault. But no, he's not the player he was.
Martin, is it Bernardo's best season?
No, I think it's up there as one of them. I think he's been very, what's the word, underrated this season. The work he's done. I think he's been magnificent this year. I think he's took that captain's armband on with such vigor and responsibility, and he's took everything with it and run with it. I don't buy into the age thing either. I think I've heard this a lot. People are now thinking 30's old, and
31.
I'm not sure anymore. 30, 31. I still think he's got 2 or 3 years at the top level. I mean, listen, I'd love him to stay. I'd love him to stay, actually, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I sort of get what you're saying. Yeah, obviously, anybody who don't want Bernardo to stay, I'd suggest they go need to see a shrink or something like that, although it's opinion. But Bernardo, and again, I think he averages over 40 games for us a season.
Yeah, he's never injured. Very rare.
Yeah, and again, he's never ever injured. But like with what you say, Martin, 3-4 seasons still left at the top, not 40 games a season at the top.
I think he can do 40. And can he do 70 games a season? No.
But he doesn't need to. Martin, we have people like say who can step in and do a job. Say that Gonzalez will step in and do a job for Rodri and stuff like that. But I think, and I really, really hope that he does sign a 12 months extension and himself and Pep are starting to fucking blaze glory next season.
You know what it is, Paddy? I've got a feeling our midfield's going to really be different next season.
Will be the players?
I think. I mean, I put it in the chat. I think there can be up to 4 midfielders will leave in the summer.
Well, okay then. And that falls into line with what Jack's put up there. Our midfield, who will stay? We have Reinders, Nico G, Nico, O'Reilly, Foden, Cherky. Do we really need another if Rodri stays?
I don't think. I'll be honest with you. I think Rodri goes. I just think he wants to go back home. From what?
Where?
I think he wants to go back home to Spain.
I nothing I've heard. I just get a feeling Rodri won't extend his contract with us. I don't think he'll leave before the contract ends, but
it was Pep's comments, Andy. Pep's comments did it for me the other day when he said sometimes you just want to go back home. If you read that full quote of what he said about Rodri when he said that I'd love him to sign a deal, want him signing a contract, but sometimes you want to do other things. So you want to go back. He's won everything he needs to in England.
I'd say I don't agree with that.
He's done Ballon d'Or.
Doesn't matter. I think that comment of he's won everything in here. That don't give him the entitlement that we'll let him go, or we should be happy if they go.
I think you've got to let him go, Andy, because he's only got 18 months left on his deal. So if he doesn't go now, when does he go? He'd go in on a free.
It's the same as any player. If they don't want to be there, let them go on. And Paddy Pep's the master at that, isn't he? If you're not happy, no hard feelings.
Yeah, I think we both all of us want them to stay for our own selfish reasons. But going back to what Martin says, like players now with a work-life balance, and as Martin says, he has won everything in England. I think it's absolute utter madness for someone in their prime to actually leave a top team in the world and go and play, because he's not going to go to Real Madrid or Barcelona. He definitely won't go to Real Madrid after the way they treated him in the Ballon d'Or. They didn't turn up. So he's not going there. So wherever he goes, it's going to be a step down for us. And then that's the part I struggle with, the part I don't understand. But what makes sense for me then is the work-life balance, the culture, the family life, the sunshine, stuff like that. Maybe he just wants a piece of that before he goes.
I think he would go to Madrid now. You know, I did say for a while that he won't go to Madrid because of that. But I think, listen, apart from Barcelona, apart from Barca or Madrid, Paddy.
Can I ask you and give me a serious answer on that?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be pissed off if we went to Real Madrid after leaving us?
I'd be very disappointed in him.
Yeah, I'd be well pissed off.
No. Do you know why? For me, I think we look at players like the fans. We look at players, but they're not.
You could be playing Ravi next season in the Champions League.
Yeah, no, but I don't think, Rod. I think people have got this idea that players are earned loyalty, and this was a Kanji's point yesterday with his comments. Loyalty works both ways.
I don't think players have been like that for the last 20 years. It's a job now.
Yeah, it's a job. Exactly, it's a job. Earn your money, go where you want. It's like you know, we all know people. This is the problem with the stewards at City. Not going back into it, Andy, but some of these United fans, they're going to take the mick. They don't care. They're just there for the money. The City fans working at United, it's just a job to these players. I think the days of kissing the badge and I love you and everything else, I think that's just a fan sort of dream that we all fall into. The players, it's a job to them. You're spot on, Paddy. It's an absolute job to them. And I do think he will. I think it'll be one of the Madrid clubs. Because I'm not ruling Atletico out. Because Atletico have got money. They have got money.
No,
they have got money, and
I find that very hard to swallow if he goes to Real Madrid, to be honest with you.
Right. So listen, and this is where I disagree with what you're saying, Martin, because unless, Atleti have got money, mate. We saw that the way they bought Alvarez. However, are they going to really, really challenge for the top honours? Rodri's used to being a winner and challenging for the top honours. He's not going to get that at Atletico Madrid, mate.
Well, then we have to sell him cheap because Real Madrid won't pay the money we want.
Maybe he's going for work-life balance, Andy. Maybe he's going for a work-life balance. And as regards a fee, Martin, I can't see Man City making it awkward for Rodri to leave if he wants to leave after the service he's given us.
Teal says, in the No on Blue Moon, if Forest get relegated, City will get Gibbs White as well, and are looking at Murillo.
Am I the only person that doesn't rate Gibbs White?
I prefer Barry Gibb, mate, than Gibbs White.
I must be in the minority on that. I love him. I think he'd be a great player for us.
Hang on, here's one, and I've not done my research on this. He said if Forest, well.
But at the end of the day, Paddy, these are the ones I think will leave. I think Kovacic goes. I think Rico Lewis will go. I think Rodri will go. And I do think one of Nico G or Reinders will end up going as well.
Well, I said that with Reinders. I think he's expecting more minutes. I like Nico G, but he's another one who I think would want to go back home, like Paddy says, work-life balance, a bit of sunshine and stuff like that. I think the sunshine attracts a lot of players. I can't blame him, by the way.
That's why I made the comment. And to me, I think Nico G's been a massive improvement. I think he's been brilliant. But is he now behind Nico O'Reilly? That isn't what he came in for.
But like, if you go for a sample size of one, and I know this personally well, I know a fellow in Manchester that loves Spain. He goes to Benidorm every opportunity he gets for sunshine. So you couldn't be blame the players.
No. It's crazy. Yeah.
The Benidorm savage.
I think that was the point Kanji was making of it. Is players don't want to sit on a bench. I think let's be honest, Oscar Bob didn't want to sit on a bench. So why would Reinders or Nico G want to sit on a bench if Oscar Bob didn't want to sit on a bench?
with Oscar Bob, it's still with Oscar Bob. It still baffles me why there was so many City fans going, I can't believe
because of what he did against Newcastle happened as well.
Because he had a moment.
Oscar Bob.
He had a moment.
Oscar Bob. I couldn't honestly believe it. I'm like, it's like with Savio, the touted 70 million for Spurs, and I ripped Spurs' arm off.
Yeah.
I'm going to bust your head. You leave Savinio alone.
With what?
I said, I'd bust your head. Leave Savinio alone. Oh, Savinio this, Savinio that. He's a child.
Oh, are you a Savio hater, Andy?
He is.
No. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, £70 million for somebody who's not, in my opinion, who won't get to the level I think we need as a football club. I would have took £70 million. However, I'll go deeper into this. Mahrez used to get slaughtered. He chipped in with goals.
I am actually so glad you brought that up.
His assist, and he got pretty much hounded out of our club. We've never been able to replace him.
I'm so glad you brought up the Mahrez comparison, because see it when Mahrez age at Savinio was at, where was he? Where was he?
I don't know where was it.
Havre. That's where he was playing.
Yeah.
At Savinio's age, he was playing for Le Havre. He wasn't even playing for Leicester. He's playing for Le Havre. But all of a sudden, Savinio, the child who's learning his trade, is getting compared to an established, fully international professional.
Mm-hmm.
When we bought him at 26, 27, we didn't buy Mahrez at 20. We bought Mahrez in like 26, 27 prime years.
As a Premier League winner as well.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think I'm with Paddy. I think people have made the mind up with Savio far too soon. Far too soon.
No. I'm going to bang your heads together in a minute. What I said is, for the from where he is now.
You don't like him?
No. Listen, I back every City player. I can critique him, but there's a difference between critiquing him and slaughtering him. What I said was cloth ears, and that's both of yous.
It's 17. I need to say it then.
So what I said was, is with Savio, if £7 million was on the table for us, I think that would have been money we could have took for Savio at the stage in that career.
They never bidded that, Andy. You know that. They never bidded 70. It was all Fabrizio Romano. They never actually put the money on the table for it.
Yeah, it was Fabrizio, but we all know that you're a bigger ITK than him. So I'll bow to your knowledge.
Yeah, don't start that.
Okay, Andy. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, watch your head on there. The cups there.
The ex Spurs chairman or the director.
That'd have been funny. They'd have all
you listening to me? The
Sorry,
ex Spurs chairman or the one of the board of directors was on Big Sam's podcast, and he told Big Sam nobody from Spurs picked up the phone. They offered 70 million for Savinio, right? But the other side of that coin is you're saying, like, imagine the scenario. Spurs did offer 70 million, and Savinio says, I want to stay. So what you're saying is Pep got it wrong, because Pep kept him.
And not only did we...
if the offer had to come in and Pep didn't want him and didn't think he was going to make it, he'd have took the 70 million.
And I will bow. Like I said with Echeverri earlier, I will bow to Pep's knowledge, because him and his backroom staff know more about them players than average Joes like us. But and you're right about Pep, Paddy. You're perfectly right, because what else happened after that? We give him a new contract.
Yeah.
So that to me says that Pep has faith in him. And again, he's got to do more. And I will always refer back to people hounding Mahrez out of our club. When Mahrez, and that's what we're seeing now, even as well as on the left with Doku, or right with Savio, we've always had wingers who score goals, whether it's Mahrez, Sané, Sterling, etc. That's why he's brought Semenyo in, playing on the wing, whether it's left or right wing, contributing with goals, because that's where we were shy of this at the start of this season and last season, to be fair, as well.
Like, the only thing I'd say around that, what Pep says about Duco there about 6 months ago, he's not there to score goals, he's there to set them up. And what he says about Savinho, and he's very aware of it, when he gets that final piece in the last transition right, he'll be a world-class player. So Pep believes in him that he's going to put that final piece into that jigsaw, and he'll be finding Haaland or finding Omar or wherever he's going to find Semenyo, and he should be a world-class player when he adds that little piece to his game. So that's the only additional extra he needs to become world-class in the eyes of the so-called greatest manager in the world.
Let's say, at the end of the day, Pep Guardiola had more faith. He's got more faith in Sabio than he did with Oscar Bob, because he resold Oscar Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And as you say, Andy, he sees him day in, day out in training.
And to be fair, when Mahrez went, Cole Palmer was given the opportunity to play on there, and Cole Palmer didn't fancy that much.
And he's getting dog's abuse at the minute, Cole Palmer, because the way he's reacting when he's getting subbed off.
Chelsea's biggest problem is the size of their squad. They don't know their best combination.
The trouble is with Palmer, I think he went down there and he thought the glitz and the glamour and the lights of London would be all great, and he's gone down there and he can't stand the place and he wants to come back.
And the gravy's
that's the top and bottom of it. He wants to come back. Not everyone's made for London life. Not everyone is made for it. I think he misses his mates, he misses everything, and I think Palmer will come back. Sadly, I think it'll be to the red lot. I think he'll go to the team he loves.
I wouldn't rule him coming back, especially if Maresca, who's touted to replace Pep, I wouldn't rule Cole Palmer coming back to say.
I'd rather have your bald head in the dugout than Maresca.
Rather than Maresca, I'd rather have you in Mascara managing us.
You're the bald man I want in the old dugout instead of that guy.
I'd rather have
Wish.
I'd rather have
Jesus.
You've been on them Ryanair flights again to Turkey, have you?
Look how quick.
Turkey. That was Benidorm.
Well, he goes to Turkey for the hair and the teeth.
By the way, has that villa gone through in Benidorm yet, Andy? You signed the paperwork?
I wish, mate. I wish. So there is a lot of football to play, isn't there, Martin? You know, between now and the end of the season.
Yeah.
And I think everybody in the heart of hearts knew that Arsenal was going to absolutely smash Spurs, because Spurs being Spursy, regardless of I think we spoke about it last night that I expected Arsenal to win today.
Yeah. And nothing's changed. We're 5 points behind. We're a game in hand. We beat our game in hand, Palace at home, which I expect us to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly as what I thought it would be. It's going to come down to a shootout in April. That game at the Etihad is going to be, for me, probably the title. It's going to be the title decider. And it's not changed. I think it will be. I think we're going to have to beat them at the Etihad. And even though, by the way, we'll say this, Andy, don't think they were great today. I know 4-1 looks a nice scoreline, but they weren't great.
I turned it off at 1-0, mate. I can't stand them.
They were poor.
I fucking hate them. Gordon says Rodri can go where he wants for me.
Yeah.
Are we getting to that stage? And I'm guilty of saying it, that Pep's got enough in the bank to go wherever he wants. Bernardo has. The majority, I can't say the majority because some have moved on. Let's name the ones who can. Rodri, is he in that bracket? Is Diaz in that bracket?
Rodri will go into the Manchester City changing room. That's the only changing room he can win.
Is Haaland in that bracket?
No, to be honest, Andy, for me, any player can go wherever they want. They can go where. I'm not going to hold it. I think the only one I'd probably hold a little grudge on. People won't be shocked with this. Is if Foden waltzed into the United dressing room. That'd be the one that'd do me. That would cut me. But yeah, everyone else other than
that would not ever happen. I think Foden will be a one club man.
I just feel as though this summer will be a pivotal summer, and I think that midfield will change a lot this summer.
In what way?
I think Anderson will come in. I said I think there'll be a lot out. I think there'll be 2 or 3 midfielders coming in. I do think that. It wouldn't surprise me if it's Anderson, a Tonali, and Anderson, a Gibbs White. I do think Anderson will be one of them. I think the trouble is with Anderson, he's making it obvious now. I mean, he was following City players and Manchester City on Instagram from January.
Is it
like just to make it obvious, mate, what you're doing?
The other side of that coin, if that's what he's doing, Martin, that's very unprofessional and it's very unethical. And I
agree.
I want somebody in the changing room who's doing that in the Manchester City changing room.
Well, Nunes did it. Nunes went on strike. Nunes went on strike at Wolves.
I don't like that. Although I do like Nunes, and by the way, he didn't go on strike because my mate Ade, who's a big Wolves fan, saying the media spun that.
Well, he did. Well, the media, yeah, but he didn't turn into training. You know that.
No, there was reasons behind it because City was already negotiating, and again, no disrespect to anybody in the chat or you two. I know this because I'm taking it from my mate Ade, who's a massive Wolves fan, and he knows what's going on at Wolves. But Wolves fans will always hate Nunes, not for going on strike, which he didn't. The way he went about it, but he did not go on strike.
But how many of the players have left us down through the years, like Sean Wright-Phillips and Gary Flitcroft and stuff like that, and Man City fans turned against them? Both were sold to save the club financially, but no fan understood that.
Nobody ever.
Well, Sean. Sean Wright-Phillips cried. Wright-Phillips cried all the way down to London, didn't he, in the car?
And Gary Flitcroft did not want to leave City. He was told, "We need the money."
Yeah.
He only went to Blackburn. He only went down the road. He didn't exactly go far, did he? Didn't even have to move house.
But
we were fighting relegation with about 8 games to go, and they sold them.
That was a Manchester City football club who cared about the fans.
Well, was you two bothered when we sold Steve Lomas to West Ham?
Yeah. That's what that team's lacking, Martin, an Irishman.
I was about to say you're going to be biased on it, aren't you, Paddy? Shouldn't have said Steve Lomas. Eddie McGoldrick.
Exactly, another one.
Hey, leave my mate Eddie alone.
Yeah, I knew that.
An Irishman in the team, O'Reilly, but you stole him and put an English badge on his shirt. The way you stole Grealish, you stole Rice, you stole.
Here he goes. I knew he was going to mention Grealish.
Okay, then let's spin it a different way, then, Paddy. Right. So let's put an O at the start of Savio. Do you want to take him for Ireland?
Oh, Savio.
For the Ireland international team.
What?
That's what he'd be speaking like after about 2 Guinness.
Would walk into any international team.
Who would?
Savino.
Is there anybody in the chat who can do a drug test on Paddy, please?
Pass man's
No, but trust. I think there'll be 2 or 3 midfielders. I think there'll be minimum 2, potentially 3, depending on who goes out. But I think Kovacic leaves. I do think sadly Rodri's going to go. Do you know who I think's going to end up staying?
If you tell me Stones is staying and Rodri's going,
no, John Stones is going, Paddy. I've just got a sneaky feeling Bernardo's going to give it one more go.
Have I not said that?
You know what we need? And especially of material.
All right, well, you might put the out.
I think we need a midfield enforcer, a real nasty B that's going to replace Mateo, who's going to put the boot in, Because with all them midfielders we have, I know Gonzalez has fierce potential, but we want a real nasty like Steve Lomas. Or
Anderson.
Steve Lomas. Let's bring Jamie Pollock back as well. He can score the odd goal against us.
In the wrong net.
Right. You leave Richard Dunn alone.
Yeah, you leave my Donino alone. You leave my Donino.
But I can't help but
unlike Andy Padder.
I can't remember who put the comment up earlier, but it's in my head about, not much tinkering about, because Diaz could potentially be our oldest player next season at 28. That we have Pep's already, and again, Bacon Face, when he left United, he just left them in the shit. Pep is doing that rebuild, knowing when he goes, he's left us the tools to go on and do the job.
As long as he doesn't pick David Moyes, I don't care.
As long as it's not mascara.
Listen, I'm going to be. I hope no. I pray Rodri stays. I've just got this feeling it's already kind of decided, and he doesn't want to let. It's not the time to tell everyone. And the other thing is, Viana's got no relationships with these players, has he? Like Cheeky bought a lot of these and done 10 years with them. Viana's looking at this with a very fresh pair of eyes, with no emotional attachment to any of them. So Viana might just go, yeah, see ya. I'll get my guys in now. And it sounds very harsh and it sounds a bit ruthless, but we're not in Kansas anymore.
The thing is, though, I think Pep will have a huge say in who's going to be his successor. I really do think, and rightly so, by the way, and rightly so. He does seem close to Maresca, but if you think about it, a few seasons ago, say about 2 seasons ago, when the media was asking Pep about his future and stuff like that, Pep used to always reference Vincent Kompany will be manager one day. Pep doesn't say that anymore.
I'm still here. I just need a cigarette and I don't want to smoke on camera.
All right.
Out of respect.
What about your man, the Luis Enrique?
No.
I'd say yes.
That means Donnarumma's going. Would you both sell Donnarumma then?
I don't think, and I said it on the show last week, I don't think Donnarumma will be with us more than 2 seasons.
Because if we bring Enrique in, Donnarumma's gone. Because those two fell out at PSG, didn't they?
I think Enrique will take another year out anyway, because, he'll take a year out because, let's not face it, he's lost his daughter and stuff like that. That must be a huge emotional thing for him. And I'd like him to, obviously, I don't know his situation stuff, but somebody in that situation, I get people work through it and people do things differently and work for, some people will work through grief or some people will take time out. There's no wrong or right. I think he will take time out to that.
What about Alonso?
No.
Kompany or too soon? Would you like to see Kompany do a bit longer? Because you do know Kompany's going to come into that hot seat at some point.
Yeah, but will it be straight after Pep?
Straight after Pep. Yeah. That's my worry. I'm one of them. I'm not saying I don't want Kompany. I don't want Kompany after Pep.
I sort of agree with that because I think we said it on the show again last week, didn't we, Paddy? Where we don't want a Moyes following Ferguson situation.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to get.
And I truly believe Moyes was offered the United job after Ferguson, and he went, "No, I'm not going in after Ferguson. I will go in a few years, but not straight after Ferguson."
Yeah, but players and managers, they will meet self-belief that they can do it and they can put their own stamp and have their own style and stuff like that, or they wouldn't be in the job they're in. So if Pep left next season and Vincent Kompany was approached and says, "Look, do you want to take over?" they wouldn't have the sentence released, and he'd be back in Manchester.
And again, we did speak about. I know I keep saying it, but we did speak about it last week, Paddy, because we know his wife Carla. She's from Manchester. His kids are Mancunians. He's got a lot
father-in-law's a Manc, sadly.
Yeah.
Like red one.
He is because when we won the league, he was round at the house, wasn't he? When he with a camera, and he's when United lost, was it against West Brom or drew to West Brom? What give us the league? And his father-in-law was United. But I do think though, Company would have the balls to come in after Pep. He believes in himself.
You have to believe yourself, Andy.
And what he's done with Bayern Munich is incredible, especially the.
Can I ask you both an honest question?
Yeah. Do
any of you two see Pep extending again, or do you think 2027's it?
Yeah, I think this is it for him. I think after this he's gone.
So who's buying all the players then? Are we just buying these players for a new manager?
Pep, and again, I think Pep's having that say what players come in, knowing, and again, whoever put the comment up at the start of the show, he's bringing young players in. So when Pep does go, whether it's the end of this season, whether it's the end of his contractual next season, these young players then will be a little bit further down the road, bedded in together to take us on for however many years.
If I put my professional hat on, I would say Pep's addicted to Man City and addicted to the Premier League.
But
there's nothing, and I'm not saying he'll ever work after leaving Man City, whatever, but there's nothing that man, the sheer enjoyment and excitement, the highs and the lows that he gets from Manchester City. He absolutely He bleeds blue.
So, Andy, sorry, Paddy. So come out. I've said what now? What did I say? That was now off Teal. Teal said there. Martin said it now. I said what?
No, somebody said something. And he said Martin said it now.
Oh right, I thought you meant the Foden. Oh, the Foden to United was the one. He's not. No, Foden will never go United.
No, what you said about that was just sort of like an example. That's the one. What would?
Yeah, that was it. That was the one that'd kill me. Yeah, that's the one that.
So I don't think, and I don't. This is probably my heart speaking, but I do think Pep's addicted to Man City. I do think so.
So am I. But it didn't stop me leaving the club. Didn't it?
And I think he'd stay out of spite, just to ram it down the red rag cartel, just to ram it down their throat.
No, Pep's looking a bit tired, and let's not forget, Clippity Klopp left Liverpool because he said he was mentally and physically drained. You know, the intensity. I don't think there's this much intensity in any other league in the world than the Premier League.
It's got to do with your tolerance levels, isn't it? Some people can tolerate to have a lot more stress than others. I know everyone has their breaking point.
There was a point where I think it was last season where Pep did that in his head, and there was all cuts on his head. I think he emotionally hit that brick wall at that point. I think he's got his second win now, but even after a second win, you'll come to it that brick wall again.
Well, yeah, but he was going through other stuff though, and one the Andy off the field that came out afterwards.
Yeah, I know he's split from his wife and stuff like that, and I still don't believe he's back with his wife. Is this? It depends what journalist.
No, I don't think they are. That's another thing that makes me think. I mean, this is going to sound a bit dramatic, but he basically gave up his family to stay here. Why would he then just do that for a year?
It's a difficult one, and again, if he does decide to leave us, so be, because there is going to be a point where Pep is going to leave.
Stop saying that. This is turned into a depressing show. Rodri's going, Bernardo's going, Pep is going. Jesus Christ!
Andy's gone. Andy's gone. Paddy.
I've gone.
Andy's left us.
I've gone after.
I've gone after 50 years. You're only a glory hunter. couple of trophies.
Saying that, I told Andy this last night. My two nephews who've been going since Main Road, this is their last season. They're not even going to the cup final. They won't put a penny back in the club.
I can relate to that 100%.
There's a lot doing it now. That's the sad part about it. There's a lot of people giving up.
Yeah,
now.
that is sad. Like, no, I mean, you're as I keep saying to Mr. Savage, it's our club. It's our club. I don't care who owns it on paper. It's my club.
Spot on.
And
Jesus, I thought Teal said we're going to get Highland then. I need to...
Because the thing is, Paddy, we will outlast the owners, we'll outlast the players, we outlast the manager. Managers, players, owners come and go. There's one constant in a football club, the fans.
I wouldn't say Savage like last two owners, like I'd say he's only a couple of years left on him.
Tell you what, you're probably right there, Sunshine. Teal says Donnarumma probably back in Italy 3 years from now. I totally agree, mate. And
who else is going? Have we been relegated over 115?
No,
everyone's out.
Jesus Christ, Paddy, just look up again like that. How you was?
No,
you was. Go on, please. I want people's opinion on this. Go on.
No.
Just look upside like that, please.
Why?
Just do it, and I'll tell you when you do it. Please. I'm very.
You're going to do something stupid.
No, I swear to God. Look, my hands are behind my back. I swear to God.
He's known you too long, Andy.
Just look at it like that.
You're swearing to God you don't even believe in.
True story. You was the spit of Wayne Rooney.
I swear to God, I've had enough of that.
Oh, you're swearing to God now, and you don't believe him. You're swearing to God, you don't believe him.
But which God are you swearing in? There's different numbers of gods.
Do you see if that Donnarumma
honestly you just
go back to Italy and he prevents James Trafford staying with us? I'll fucking drive to Italy and I'll find him and I'll put him in the nearest sea.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Maresca as manager. Maresca as manager. Jesus, it's all going downhill.
Say that again, was her?
I'm fucking that. I say I'll punch your head in at the game, but you don't go anymore, Glory Hunter.
Oh my God. Wounded.
Are you going to Wembley, Andy?
No, they can shoot up their ass. Are you going, Paddy?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Your friend sorted out tickets for us.
Yeah, he actually did, didn't
he? He did.
If you know what I mean, he's nuts. You know what I mean?
Salty.
Yeah. Lady Penelope's
salted up.
Lady Penelope's chauffeur.
Right. Anyway, I'm going to jump because I'm going to go and sort my mummy out. No. I'm not doing anything. I'm free tonight. My dad's just come out of hospital. Well, still in hospital. My mum's on her own, man. My dad's in hospital, coming from an operation. So, yeah. Mad few days, but we've got no midway games again.
Martin, question before you go.
Go on.
When's 115 going to be sorted?
How long's a piece of string?
4 foot.
I don't know when this 115 gets sorted out.
No, you said how long's a piece of string? I've got a piece of string. What's 4 foot?
Good. No, the thing with the 115 too is that I think it has to be. I mean, I think the Premier League have left it too late now to do it, because if it comes out, say it comes out next month in the international year, well, that's going to disrupt the whole Premier League up at the wrong time of the year, the most crucial part of the year. So is it a good point to do it then? And then you're back into the summer. I don't know.
I think they're both trying to save face. The Premier League.
Do you know what it is at this point?
It's become a farce.
It's an absolute non-entity at the minute, and the two of them are the two scurrying rats trying to get out of this unscathed, because if it went in Man City's favour and they sued the Premier League over rights and damages and stuff like that, they'd bankrupt the Premier League. Mm-hmm. So they have to get out of it.
Hang on a minute. And you stay there, sunshine, as well, in the dark in your car. I'm sure on your shows, as well as when you come on our shows, that I said I wanted us to bankrupt the Premier League, rip them apart for all this 115. You was like, oh, we can't sue the Premier League. You've changed your tune, sunshine, haven't you?
That was 2 years ago.
So that you're 2 years behind me.
I hate being behind you.
That's a different show.
Anyway,
it is. That was a 3 a.m. phone call, Paddy, last night.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think on that note, we'll call it a draw for tonight.
And I'm not behind anyone.
Listen, Wazza, you pipe down, Wazza.
You can call me wherever you want. You'll never be behind me.
The only thing, Paddy, I can always massage his head at the same time. He's great.
That's a fucking image I don't need.
Hang on, that means something different where I come from. On that note, we are definitely going now. Listen, as always, thanks to everybody in the chat. Have a fantastic week. Thanks for joining us. As always, we always have a good giggle, don't we? From Martin, myself, and Mr. Rooney in his yellow room there.
I swear to God, savage.
We will do it all again next week. Rooney, have a great week, all. Bye.